Hello, hello. Get some chapstick on. My lips always get very chapped. Not chapped, they get dry when I'm presenting. So bring this down a little bit. So let me check and make sure that we are live. All right. Make sure. Yeah, we can hear. So there's one thing I want to do. Hold on just a minute. Oops. Want that. Fingers going faster than my mind can think. Okay. All right, so that's in play. Okay, so I'm back to comments. Faster than my mind. Sorry. Try and get that muted. This is so in case I miss any comments. Okay, make sure I don't miss anything. Okay. So hello everyone, my name is Sarah Otis and I am the owner of Healing Hands Holistic Therapies, and I wanted to come in today and share some more on Anahata Codes with all of you all, but my main focus is let's support our lungs. Because so many of us are having some lung issues. Yeah. That is this almost like the main purpose of this virus that is spreading is to attack our lungs. And the thing is, our lungs represent grief and sadness. And so to kind of touch in, this is going to be multi-layered. There's going to be some teaching and some educating and then the codes. So hang tight with me, guys. Hey, Rebecca, glad you're here. So with your lungs, and hence they're bringing in this virus that has spread across the globe. And what is it attacking? It's attacking our lungs. This is where we breathe in life force energy. Without breath, we can't exist. Just like we can't exist without a heartbeat, or we can't exist without fluid. Hence why we need to drink a lot of water right now. And in the breathing in life, you're breathing in information, and they're making it to where we can't breathe in information. So everything that is going on in our bodies is represented to something going on in our outside world, whether it be the main collective world or our own personal world. It will mirror itself to you through some emotional issue, some physical, mental, spiritual, sexual, whatever it be. Everything has a mirror. So with the lungs, like I said, it represents grief and sadness. And that is the collective energy right now. There is so much sadness spreading across the globe because people are sad that people, one, are dying, people are sick, we are in lockdown, sad that freedoms are going, sad that kids were home from school. I feel for the parents, bless their hearts. Sadness over, not having work. We could keep going on. And then there's the grief that comes in. And that's almost like a double whammy up the side of the head, that also brings in feelings of guilt and shame. But then there's also the sadness that is rising because the whole reason for this whole energetic reset is to let all of us know the veils that have been placed in front of us our entire lives, our entire existence on this planet, in this lifetime. It's been a simulation. So you got to think, movies you're watching us. We're in those movies, and this is what we're playing out right now. So now as the veils start to part, so it's like, you're on the stage and they pull the curtains back. That's what's happening right now. Now, some of you may just be like, oh, I'm just only going to peek. Oh, no. Shut the curtains. It's too much. Oh, maybe I want to. No. But nope. They're going to be ripped open. And I'm not saying that in any way, shape, form, or fashion to frighten or scare or create any fear within your body. This is why the lungs are coming up. So we're hyperventilating. We're breathing out of just this part of our lungs, which that's where probably a good portion of society breathes from, is the top of their lungs. So they're almost like they're panting. They're hyperventilating, so they're not getting that good life force energy breathing up from their belly into their lungs. Things like Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, and many other things, they're all focused on the breath. And the longer you can inhale, hold the breath, and exhale. And the more you get into that, you may feel challenges. Like I recently was at a Qigong class, and he started us out, inhale 3 seconds, hold 3 seconds, exhale. Where we moved up to breathe in 5, 3 seconds, 5 out, up to where we were breathing into 5, holding for 3 seconds, moved up to 7, 9, and up to 15. I was just like, 15? I can't do that. Because for years, I only was breathing out of here. And that's back when they used to, the medical model was labeling me as asthmatic and all kinds of other things. I couldn't get a breath. And that's how I felt in life. Like I couldn't breathe in life. So if that's something you're kind of experiencing, then this is speaking to you. It wasn't once till I took back my own power and my own control, got off all those medications, I started to breathe in life, where I could breathe up through my belly. And there's a difference when you can. So back to the Qigong class, I didn't think I'd get to the 15 breaths in, hold 10 seconds, breathe out 15 seconds. But I did it, and oh my gosh, it felt so good. And you want to talk about clearing? Hence, all this stuff has risen, not only for me, but I'm picking up the collective as well. But it brought up these emotions of things that are like, okay, I'm here. I'm ready to be loved on. I'm ready to be healed. Let's look at them. And that's what is coming up for all of us. There's going to be these things rising up to be like, I'm here. Let's work on it. It's putting out a hand. The universe is saying, take my hand, come with me, and let's take care of us. Let's breathe in this beautiful life that is us. It's waiting for us to breathe in. So I wanted to kind of touch on, there's a book, it's called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die. And it's very similar to also the Louise Hay, Heal Your Body, where you can look up, in both these books, you can look up your physical symptom and see the metaphysical or spiritual meaning of what that represents for you. So I wanted to read first about the lungs. So lungs, of course, are feelings of grief, not feeling approval, hurts where love is concerned, feels life is monotonous, not being able to do things your way. And then when we start to get into like disorders, let me see if it has another one of them. Okay, so they don't have that one. But there are other websites online that share a lot of the same information. So I just wanted to see. Yeah, so it doesn't have those other, has asthma. It doesn't have the other lung disorders. So with asthma, there's going to be a lot of people that may have never been told they have asthma. And they're going to, go to the doctor, and their doctor's going to send them home with an asthma inhaler. What's coming up emotionally that has triggered a physical symptom that the medical model knows as asthma are your reliving childhood fears, need for dependence, chronic anxiety and fear, unconscious dependency wishes, feeling dominated by a parent. And I know many children right now are feeling that, being that they're home right now because of the schools being closed. Wanting to protest but unable to, being oversensitive, suppressed sorrow or crying, feelings of being stifled, not satisfied with yourself. So, one I want to come back to is wanting to protest but unable to. And that's something that so many right now are wanting to speak out. But they suck those words back in because maybe either one, they don't feel safe to share it. Two, they feel they may be ridiculed or judged. Heaven forbid I might share something that my neighbor thinks I'm crazy if I share, or they may judge me, or they may not like me anymore. That's going to, these two things are really going to, make people stop breathing because they're not going to want to share. Because you need breath for your throat to work, to allow your voice to come out. So if your lungs are not working, your throat chakra is going to have issues, and vice versa. If your throat chakra has issues, you're having trouble verbalizing or not willing to hear, you may be having issues with your lung as well. Because so much of right now, we can't really protest. And the thing is, you don't want to protest things because you're actually asking for more of that to come to you. Don't fight for what you want type thing. So and I know that kind of seems counterproductive, but over the years, all these different marches that people have done to fight for this. If you fight for something, you're going to fight for it to the ends of eons. You're never going to get it because you're fighting against it. So you need to work towards inviting it and allowing it into you, and for everyone. So and of course, after I'd finished the live, I'll type into the comments these symptoms of emotions or issues that may be within yourself that are attached to the lungs and asthma. So yeah, people are going to have a lot of childhood fears coming up. The chronic anxiety and fear, we already know, is everywhere. And the thing is, mass media is boop, boop, boop. That's all it's like the blinkers are on. The emergency lights are everywhere. So it's constantly catching your attention. What that's doing is creating distractions from being connected to yourself. Hence why we need this 2 weeks that they're telling us we have to stay in our homes. It's time to connect to us. Cut out the distractions as much as possible. And I know some of you that have children at home are like, how can I cut the distractions when they're going wild? They're driving me insane. And I know many people are turning to alcohol and possibly even drugs or food, sex, watching porn, whatever it be. Those are all distractions. And the thing is, you can keep running circles. You can run a divot in your floor, running around the problem. If you're just willing to tune into yourself and take care of you, put your life mask on, like on the plane, put your oxygen mask on, put your life jacket on for you first before you put it on for anyone else. That's what's imperative moving forward for the rest of our existence. If you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anyone else. And so we've all kind of had this program we've been running that, we have to give to others before ourselves. We have to be codependent, exhaust ourselves, deplete ourselves of all of our essence, our energy, our money, our love, our joy for someone else. And the thing is, you can still do all those things, but fill your vessel first, full and overflowing. Because if it's not full and overflowing, you have nothing to give. And I'm not saying that, to stop doing things for others. You have to take care of yourself first. And I know some of you all maybe be like, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. This lady's crazy. Just be willing to, if it takes baby steps, one Small step towards that. Maybe you're someone who is always going out of your way for others, people. Maybe just retract a couple people, a couple more, and a couple more to where maybe it's just one other person you're helping. Not that you're not still being for the other people. You have to set boundaries, healthy boundaries. Because the thing is, if we're constantly doing for other people, it teaches them not to do it for themselves because they're now dependent for receiving those things on other people. And it's disempowering to them, it's disempowering to you. Hence, still not breathing in our own life force because we're breathing it into someone else who's not willing to breathe their own, nor give in return. The thing is, we all have to give a reciprocal energy, give it exchange of energy. Even when I'm sharing freely, I'm gifting, there's still going to be something I receive in return. It could be, financial gain. Someone might give a donation. Someone might give a simple compliment. They've shared this post. They come for services. Just sharing their loving energy. There's always exchange. It doesn't have to be what we've always been programmed that it only comes in money. That's not the answer, and that's not always the way it comes. So when we're willing to breathe into ourselves, allow that circular energy to, breathe that cyclical breathing into you. So where I was talking about the Qigong, if you were to inhale, we'll start with 3 seconds because I know a lot of people, like I said, are breathing from here. So if you were to let's take a minute and let's breathe in. So just kind of get quiet. So if you were going to breathe in, 3-second inhale. So it's so what I want y'all to do is breathe in, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And just kind of breathe normal. I know some of you all may be like, whoa, the room's spinning. I'm a little lightheaded. And that's to be expected. And I'm feeling that in you all. So I'm just going to ground that energy down. Okay. So that right there is an indication that you are breathing from the very top of your lungs. And that's like the smallest, it's almost like a pyramidal shape. It's a small section of each lung. And you got to think, some of our lungs aren't very healthy, even if we're not smokers. Still, the air we're breathing is polluted. Then we have the secondhand smoke. We've got the allergens. We've got the toxins and chemicals in our air from our bedding, our carpeting, our paint, our materials, the building materials. Everything is expelling some kind of toxins. So our lungs are constantly working to cleanse and repair themselves. And the emotional layers are there too. So when we have this collective reset going on, it's kind of like, that's how I've been feeling. And that's, if I'm tapped into the collective, I am smothering. And so I've been having to work to continually disconnecting, and then I can breathe. So if you all are experiencing that, that kind of gives you a little insights. I'm not telling you not to go get medical care. But when we can acknowledge that, sometimes just that knowing, you start to feel calmer, you feel safer, like, I'm okay. And sometimes if you allow yourself to do those cyclical breaths, most people with anxiety can get themselves calmed down, that are in the middle of a panic attack. It brings the, down. That's something to be very important to practice right now. It's just the deep breathing. And the thing is, the deep breathing is going to bring up emotions. It's going to help to shift things up that are hidden down there, figuratively in us and in the collective. We're going to be hearing a lot more truths of what's really going on. And we need to be able to breathe life in for ourselves so we're not like, in this panic, like, I'm going to die. I want you all to know we are going to be okay. We are protected. We are being guided and we are being supported on so many levels and so many different realms and realities that some of you may be like, what? We've got so many light beings from so many different galaxies and dimensions that are here to support us. So don't ever feel you're alone. We're just a bare speck in this cosmic universe, like what's in my painting behind me. So to get into the codes, I have posed 3 askings for some support. So, like I shared in the beginning, lungs represent sadness or grief. So when you have healthy chi moving through your lungs, so that deep breathing is going to help increase the chi. Chi is life force energy. So if you'd like to look into it more, you can Google on YouTube, like Qigong, Tai Chi, deep breathing techniques. Maybe during this time of being home, see if those are 3 areas that speak to you. Qigong and Tai Chi, or Tai Chi's more movement. I love it. You're moving energy. Where Qigong, you're more standing, you're holding positions. Or if you just want to do like a meditation, deep breathing, there's probably a plethora of videos on YouTube. Just have discernment on who you choose to tune into, okay? So when you have healthy chi, it's associated with clear thinking, openness to new ideas, and good communication. So if you think right now this collective chaos is suppressing all of our, really weighing down on our lungs, so we're not able to breathe to capacity. So if our chi is down, we're sure not going to have clear thinking. We're sure as heck not going to be open to new ideas. And there's not going to be good communication, because where they've got us is in this stronghold. I can't breathe. I'm fearful. I'm going to die. I'm panicking. And it's kind of how everyone's feeling. We're feeling like we're being strangulated. So this is going to really come in and help increase the chi in our bodies. And like I say, I invite you all to consider doing, the deeper breathing to help yourselves during this time. So there was one thing I wanted to read. Let me find my tab because I've got several open. Just to kind of give you a little more information on the lungs. Let's see. So I'm going to reread what I've already just said. So it says, of course, the emotions associated with the lung in Chinese medicine are sadness or grief. On the other hand, a healthy energy or qi in our lungs is associated with clear thinking, openness to new ideas, and good communication. Is the perfect time to let go of those thoughts and things that are holding us back from our personal growth. I'm going to reread that. This is the perfect time to let go of those thoughts and things that are holding us back from personal growth. And that's the one narrative that they don't want us to do. And I know some of you all may be aware of what I'm talking about. Some of you don't, and that's okay. In the coming days, weeks, months, and years, you're going to understand what I'm talking about and why maybe certain people have advanced further than others and why so many seem suppressed. Literally, we have been suppressed. Our breathing and life force has been suppressed. So now we have this opportune time to be like, I'm going to let go. I'm going to disconnect from this energy and not allow anything else to hold me back from stepping into my personal growth. That was our God-given free will choice that we were given when we came into this body in this carnation, but was taken from us by these forces and agendas that will be revealed to you in the coming days. We should be setting up new limits and getting organized for a new season. Right there, that's what we need to be doing, is setting up new limits of what we're going to allow to come into our lives, what we're going to accept, what we're not going to accept. And start, creating, seeing in your mind what you want to create for yourself. How do you want your new life to look? Because we are, yes, shifting into a new season, spring or fall, depending on where you are in the world and which hemisphere. but it's now a time to begin to create, get excited about what we can organize to bring in our personal growth and let go of what's blocking us. This is a good way for detoxification of our thoughts is by exhaling through our lungs and letting go. So I will say sometimes when you're doing those cycle breaths, you're breathing in. So you're now moved up to like a breathing in 7 seconds, hold 5 seconds, and you're breathing out. Sometimes I find like I have nothing else to exhale, and it's okay. You may go through that, and because we may be, holding on because we're not quite ready to let go and to allow our bodies to detox. Let's see. Another thing, it says the lungs are considered a yin organ, and its associate yang organ is the large intestines. Both have an excretory and eliminating role. The lungs take in oxygen and eliminate carbon monoxide, and the large intestines absorbs the water left in any undigested food matter and passes unused waste from the body. It says the large intestines also contains lymphoid tissue that produces antibodies to protect the body from harmful bacteria. It is a perfect time to drink some detox teas and help the large intestines to clear up from the colder or the summer colder foods and prepare for a natural change of diet. And the reason I read all that, because the diet isn't necessarily the food we're eating. Diet includes what we are bringing into our field, what we're choosing to see. What are we watching? What are we watching on TV, on the internet? What are we watching in our communities? What are we watching go on in our families or watching go on in our own life? What are we listening to? Think, what kind of music are you listening to? So much of the TV and music industry and the movies all have subliminal messages. Trust me, in the coming months, once you realize you will not let yourself or your children watch any movies, cartoons, anything. But we have to be mindful. What are we bringing into our life? And what are we allowing ourselves to do? So that's why I said, see it as your diet includes what you're eating, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're speaking, and what you're feeling. Does that make sense? Let's see. So the final thing on the lungs. So let autumn be a quieter time to plan for your next personal harvest or cycle. And autumn is typically, we think of the leaves are falling, the seasons are changing, it's getting cooler. Hence, that is part of the, the planet is going into autumn. We're in spring. We're going to be, preparing for the rebirth, the listening and seeing the birds chirping and things sprouting and coming to life. Let's see. So it says one way to prepare the lungs for a flu-free winter: clear skin, hair, and ideas. Let the large intestines detox the past and have the chance to flow with an excellent lymph and immune system. Our ability to open up to new experiences, let go of harmful thoughts, and eating foods that are in season are important aspects for a balanced emotional and physical well-being. Alrighty, so let's get started with the codes now that I've kind of given you more of a clearer understanding of what all our lungs do for us. It doesn't just help us breathe and, what most people think the lungs, well, that's where I breathe in, and sometimes I get a little congestion and cough because I'm smoking. Sorry. So let's go into my first asking. So I was saying, what will assist us with grounding and supporting ourselves as we process the grief and sadness arising in ourselves and the collective? And the category it came from was the 32 Paths of Wisdom. And one thing, the creator of the Anahata Codes, Holly Howell, I just always remember her saying codes that come from the 32 Paths of Wisdom are game changers. I mean, shit's gonna get real. Things are gonna change. And I thought, whoa, I got tingles up my arm when I saw that was the category we're pulling from. Hey, Sarah, I'm glad you could come. And Rebecca's saying, is there ancestral grief and sorrow coming up also? Yes, ma'am. DNA, because our DNA is being completely upgraded, because we came in with 12 strands or more, but because of this force that you will learn more about in the coming days, said, nope, we're only going to use 2 strands. So that limited our whole evolution, our whole existence. So if you hear a lot of people talking about they're doing DNA activations, still be discerning on who you choose to do that. Now, I can always give names of people that I know that can do it, and it's going to be beneficial for you, and there's not going to be any crazy stuff interjected into it. It'll help remove the implants and other things going on and seals. But for years, I've been doing with a practitioner the body code. And so much of what I've brought into this lifetime, I was the soul. It's like, I'm going to fix the ancestry lineage here. I'm going to be the brave soul and nip this crap in the bud. And so much of what has been my physical issues, health-wise, the traumas, the events that have transpired in my life have been ancestral baggage. And we have gone back thousands of years in my ancestry and found the root cause, the trauma that took place, how quick it can clear out. So it's very important right now that all of us are working on activating our DNA. So then she also said, let go. And yes, we have been suppressed, deeply suppressed. So let me get, got a tickle. All righty. So the code that arose, I'm feeling a little strangulated by somebody here. It's okay. Was called the chest, and the CHESED, and it's from the Sephirot, or the Tree of Life in the Kabbalah. And to give a little more information, let's see. So the chest is the attribute of grace, benevolence, or compassion, especially in Kabbalism, as one of the Sephirot. So it says it's a positive sense. The word is used of kindness or love between people, of pity of people towards God, as well as love or mercy of God towards humanity. It is frequently used in Psalms in the later sense, where it's traditionally translated love kindness in English translations. That in of itself is perfect in what I was, asking. So it's representing, mirroring back to us kindness, everlasting love, and most importantly, unconditional love. So it's mirroring back the things that we need to feel for ourselves. Because when we can feel that for ourselves, we will feel grounded. We will feel supported as we process the grief and sadness moving through us. So I want to read a couple other things. Let's see what I got open. Well, maybe this is it. I must have shut it down. So it says, chest is full of the energy of abundance. Also, it represents mercy. I was just reading this other thing. It helps you to learn how to create more from what you already have. And I just want to stop on that. When our spark in the cosmos, and it can be, however you see, whether it be God, Buddha, Allah, whatever religious or non-religious, whatever you believe. But when we were created, we had within us everything we ever needed in life. Every answer, every knowing, the support. But because of this veil, it's caused us to not trust ourselves. It's caused us to feel disbelief, lack of confidence, lack of self-worth, and many other things. So we may feel something in ourselves, but we seek it outside of ourselves. So we're constantly seeking it. But the thing is, we're mirroring out whatever we're feeling in ourselves. So if we're feeling fearful or not confident or low self-esteem and self-worth, we end up attracting somebody back to us. Hence why so many people that are going through the awakening ascension process is we tend to attract abusive people into our lives. But it takes sometimes having the mirror of someone who's abusive to mirror to you how you're abusing yourself. And I know that can be hard to take for some people, and it was for me too, because I was in that position. But it was my greatest wake up. And I'm grateful and thankful for that now. Yes, it's taken me many years to overcome and heal that time in my life. But it helped me realize I'm all I need. I got everything right here. There are still times that fears come up and I go seeking outside of myself. And sometimes I can catch myself. Other times I don't. And that's okay. The biggest thing we need to do is not be in judgment of ourselves if we do seek out. But there is a seeking or confirmation. So many times, I'm a double Gemini, so my two twins are constantly chattering. I'm always receiving information. So sometimes I need to speak it to someone else just to confirm, okay, that's good. Okay, that's just what I knew, just what I felt. Okay, good to go. And that's okay. And please hear me. I'm not judging anyone if you are still in that state of needing to go outside of yourselves. That is okay. That is where you are right now. And I'm just helping you bring awareness. That's my whole teaching. And when I share is I just simply want to make you aware and see if you're willing to hear and receive and see things from a whole different perspective. Because so often we see things right here. Ooh, right here. And then maybe the answers are out here, but we can't see them because we got our blinders on. Where I will come in and I'm seeing it from the larger, grander picture of the collective. And that's what my teaching is about. So I love how this arose because that's what it's reminding you. That we have everything within us. So it helps. I'm going to reread that sentence. It helps you to learn how to create more from what you already have. And it also spells into to create more of what you already have, like tangible things in your life, like physical items, food, water, clothing, family, support. And it teaches you how to create more from what the things you already have. So kind of an example is right now, the grocery stores are sold out. And so you go in, like I needed to buy some all-purpose flour because I thought, well, good thing to make would be some like muffins, with zucchini or bananas or whatever. And there was no all-purpose flour. All that was left on the shelves was coconut flour, almond flour, maybe like quinoa flour. And so I Googled and it said that yes, you could use coconut flour or almond flour in exchange or in placement of all-purpose. So I thought, okay. So I got the coconut flour. So I made my banana muffins last night. And it made the consistency is, I don't want to say it's grainy like a cornmeal or something like that, because it's very light and fluffy, but there is a texture to it. So I mixed up my batter, which is normally nice and runny. This, like, it was palatable. You could have molded it in a ball and it would have stayed in its shape. And so I made them last night. God, it smelled heavenly. So today, at first they were kind of flaky, but overnight I put them in a container and they are so moist and they taste so good. And I thought, I would have maybe never had considered buying that flour because normally we go to what we know or is our comfort or is our normal. So I had to be creative and create more with what I already had. So I had to be creative to use what was available to then create from that, if that makes sense. And so you may go into the shelves and you're like, oh my God, there's nothing left. And there's going to be the most random things left over that probably are the more healthy items that nobody wants. Be willing to go take some of those and be creative, create something new. And it may be that's what you needed to help send you down a new path that maybe you weren't willing to take because this was your comfort zone. Oh, it feels good. I don't want to go this route. But life right now has forced you to take a different route to create with what you already have. So it also says, it is a good place to go for acquiring the energies to start a new job, new school, or any new endeavor. And that's what we're all, life as we know it is gone. We can never go back, nor do we want to go back. We are all creating. All we have is the now moment, this millisecond. Okay, it's already a new now. Moving forward, we're constantly creating news. But life as we know it is completely being reset, rewritten, and we're all starting over. And I know some that may be like, hi, this frightens the hell out of me. Don't let it. And I know I seem real calm. Trust me, I went through many years ago what all of you all are going through, if you're just becoming aware of what's going on in the collective. And trust me, I was all over the place. It's okay if that's where you are. I'm now coming to you as a way shower, one of the front runners who has already gone through it, so now that we can be here to guide those that are now being made aware of what's really life is about. So it says chess is often perceived as very materialistic only because in today's day and age, we associate abundance with money. And I kind of spoke about that earlier, about the reciprocal energy. Being someone reciprocating energy back to me doesn't always have to come in the form of money. It can be through compliments, someone sharing something. Could be someone gifted you something. Sometimes people have brought me flowers in exchange. They're just like, I so appreciate all you do. And they know I love flowers. So just start to, begin to pull back and realize that there's other ways that we can associate abundance. It's not always with money. It says, however, chess is much more than that. For example, health is also an important aspect of life, and chess can help you to acquire more of it. So if you are sick or in need some kind of healing, don't forget to stop off at chess and amplify those healing energies within you. Couldn't ask for a better answer to my asking. So let's go ahead and get this amazing code installed. So if you are new to me, of course, I invite you. I will, I'm trying out my new little thing here. Let's see if it works. Let's see. So I invite you. You can visit my website. You'll see it here on the screen. There is a page. It's just labeled Anahata Codes. And there is a video that is made by the lady who created this modality that further explains it. Because trust me, she can explain it so much better than I ever could. Because I'm still not in full understanding of this mass cosmic thing that she has crafted and created for all of us. So I invite you to go to my website, read more about it, and so you have a better understanding. But to quickly just say, whenever we are installing a code, I'm going to get one of my lozenges. Hold on just a minute. That tickle. It's getting warm in this room where I am, and it sometimes makes me want to cough. So when we install the code, you'll hear me say, assume the position. Your left palm is going to go face up. It's going to be facing the sky or the ceiling, wherever you are. And you're going to rest it on your leg to be more comfortable. Your right hand is going to go over your heart. So your left hand is your receiving. So it's receiving the energies from the universe. It's going to go through your arm to this arm, who is the giver, who's being placed on the heart torus, the heart chakra. So this is your inner Merkaba. Sorry, it's reversed. So the two triangles in the painting back here, that is a Merkaba, and hence you were in the middle. So we are activating your torus. So when we are installing the code is the number sequence to the name. The name is the assisting frequency. So we will, I do the install. I will repeat the number sequence 7 times. At that time, I'll say, place your left palm over your right, and you're going to take a nice deep breath in, and then it's installed. And once it's installed, it's there. You don't have to re-repeat it or anything. At any time, you can always just place both hands over your heart and say, I choose now to reactivate all previously installed codes. Or if there's particular assistance you're wanting, I choose now to reactivate any previously installed codes that will help me with my lungs. So it will almost like as if you're speaking to a computer, and it's like, it's like it starts pulling all the codes that it knows is going to help you with your lungs. These codes have their own technology. They know what we need. That's where we have to step out. That's why most people, they do the codes wrong. They think, oh, they go into the codes and they just start pulling. And sometimes they'll have 20 codes. It's like, no. Sometimes less than 5 is best. Less than 3, she said, sometimes is better. So that you can fully know how and what's assisting you. And the thing is, you tune into them, your muscle testing, it will take you to what you're needing, and see that's you're coming from your higher self. If you go in just searching the codes, oh, that looks good. Oh, I think I want that one. I want that one. You're coming from your ego. So you're not going to receive what you really need that's going to help you with your asking, if that makes sense. So let's get this amazing code installed and get moving forward. All right, so we ask for, accept, align with, and hold this Anahata code with gratitude. We align with the 32 paths of wisdom chest. 44-928-36-429-78553. 44-928-36-429-78553. 44-928-36-429-78553. 44-928-36-429-78553. 44-928-36-429-78553. 44-928-36-429-78553. 44-928-36-429-78553. Left palm over your right. Breathe in those infinite possibilities. It is so. And tell me if that inhale was easier. You can share that. If it was a little bit easier for you to breathe in. Okay. I just want to shift over. So it looks like Kathy, you had come in and said hello. Shauna, and of course I saw Sarah. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. All righty. So let's move on to my next asking. So I was asking, what will assist us with being accepting of this unconditional love so that it can transform us? So it's another, we're building layers of support on that first asking, which was the chest of the Sephiroth, which was about unconditional love. And many people have a really hard time with accepting or allowing unconditional love. Most people have conditional love. So love is attached to something. So many times you see this in people, they'll say, I love you. And you know they're sitting there, they're expecting you to say, I love you back. But that's a conditional, that's a manipulated condition. It may not be that you don't love the person, but it's like, I shouldn't have to say it just because you said it if I'm not feeling it, if that makes sense. So kind of look at that in your life. Have you noticed maybe throughout your whole being, the way your family raised you, or your friends, or your relationships, where things were more conditional? You knew something was attached to every word or every nicety or compliment or gifting, whatever someone might do to you, you just have this hunch that something's attached, like there's the string, it's pulling you back, that's connected to this long chain and an anchor, and you're like, I'm here. You think I was just going to give that freely? Heck no, it comes with this condition. um, so this is one thing that we're going to blip the matrix, and we're going to create a glitch so that we can actually begin to allow ourselves to be the unconditional love that we already were when we were created. Our souls were created. We were created in the state of unconditional love. But we've been programmed to only receive and be willing to accept conditional. I hope all that makes sense. So what arose was from the flower essence category, and it was this green spider orchid. So Rebecca said 150% easier. Yay! Yay! That's good. So it definitely said that you shifted some densities there. All right, so Sarah, it's still installed for you. I know if you missed hearing it, the point is the energy is directed to anyone who's watching live and anyone who will watch on replay. So that's why I use the verbiage we. So it's kind of, you have to come with the intent that you're open to receiving. It's not encroaching on anyone's free will. It's typically, with the way energy is, with how people find me, if they're drawn to me, it's like their soul's already saying, yes, please, please, please. So your soul got it. All right, so the green spider orchid. So let me go over to my websites here. So it says, make sure there's nothing up here else I needed to read. This is going into like some case studies. So let me read this first, and then I'll come back to that page. So it says this remedy was also made up in, I guess, Gerwerd, the Gempians, Victoria. It is very much aligned with higher learning, philosophies, and deeper insight. This essence can assist in working with telepathy to attune a person to more receptive to not only other people, but also other species and kingdoms. Ooh, I like that. And I know Sarah liked that too. It is for people who are teaching spiritual matters and understandings, helping them to impart the knowledge. And I know some of you may be like, well, I'm not teaching spiritual matters. It's not going to help me. If I can embark one spark of wisdom, we all are teachers. And we all are going to become full-time teachers very soon. The more we awaken, because we all are blessed with so much knowledge. Remember how it goes back to what I was saying about the chest, that we have everything we have within us. We have to learn to create more with what we have. We have so much knowledge. It's like we have this massive data bank, and it's all made small and fit within our brains and our heart, our higher self. And it's going to take you being awakened by different events that act as like the catalyst to pop you right into it. And so many times people that start speaking what's called light language, it's kind of like, sounds like a gibberish. All of a sudden they're just like, I just started to learn this. Some people said they've never sung before. All of a sudden had this amazing, beautiful voice. For people who can't see things, all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I can see, spirits and fairies and sprites. It's another one. To hearing things. And this is not, and I know some of people's minds may be like, well, they sound like they are a mental case. They may be schizophrenic. See, that's what we've all been programmed, and that's going to start to dissolve away. That whole model of them labeling people as mentally ill. I'm not saying they're not mentally ill people. That's just deeply programmed people. And slowly these people are going to start coming out of this, even people with severe drug and alcohol addictions. So we all have something to teach from our wisdom, that we all came in, our souls are filled with so much knowledge and so much wisdom. So we're all going to be imparting this knowledge, and this is going to further support it. It says it helps us to know when to share about our spiritual experiences, ideas before they are manifested in incomplete projects, when to remain silent to let the energy build. And I can relate to that because I was guided to just go into silence, take care of myself. I need to raise my physical energy back up because I had gotten physically down because of things that were going on around me. Because I knew that the time was coming for me to rise again, that I was going to need to be back in the role of teaching, imbuing the wisdom and knowledge that I have within me. So I knew that I needed to come back in, utilize what I already have, create from what you already have, and let the energy build. You see how these things are all so perfectly weaving together? It says the green spider orchid can release nightmares, terror, and phobias stemming from past lives. Yes, because that is things that as we work through breathing life into our lungs and allow that grief and sadness to come out, and it's not just from this lifetime, it's going to be so much ancestral lineage. You're going to be feeling this, and you'll be like, wow, where did this come from? It could have been from a great aunt 3,000 years ago, and she may have experienced some heartache or some trauma, war, famine, strife. You just never know. And she had her wounds from previous people, and it created this blip that then has passed along the whole ancestral lineage to me, type thing. And so we may have these things come up, these nightmares, terror, and phobias from these past lives. You're just like, oh, and it could be of your past life that you had, or it can have been an ancestor's. So it says, of course, the negative condition why you would want this essence is nightmares and phobias from past life experience, intense negative reactions to the sight of blood. And I'll leave it at that. That will be something you all want to be seeing more of in the coming months. So a positive outcome is telepathic communication, ability to withhold information until timing is appropriate, and attunement. The art of telepathic communication, we all were given this ability. Many of us have had to work very hard to get it back because these veils were like, nope, we don't want you to have that mode of communication, because that then cut us off from communicating with our star planets or our homes in other galaxies. We could not connect. That's connecting through the third eye, the mind. And it took time. I finally got my ability back. So this is going to help enhance that. So I'm going to go over here to this other site. So it's going on to say about the green spider orchid, among other indications, is suitable to people who need to guard information. That line in itself is going to be something that's going to be very, very, very beneficial for all of us, even those that are awakened and are aware of what's going on. And I kind of want to say, kind of change the energy of guard. I don't want you to be like, non-trusting, have your defenses up, like, stay 3,000 feet away from me. I might let you into my sphere. It's more, we'll say, need to have discernment or awareness for information. Because as this information is going to be coming in, most people are going to be like, oh, hell no. Force field, protect themselves. And they're going to be like, la, 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 la. I don't hear it. That's going into fear. That's going into guarding the information. I want you to discern, be willing to take it from a different perspective so that you can disseminate it, break it down to where it's more digestible. Because trust me, it's going to be really hard to digest, and you're going to need to take it in minute layers. And it could take you 3 to 10 years, and it's okay. My process started when I was in grade school, so less than 10. And I'm now 40. So it's been a long journey of all the different layers. But the thing is, people are going to be moving much quicker now because they have the advantage of people like myself and so many others that are the way showers, that we've gone through a lot of the stuff so that you all don't have to, and you can move quicker into why you're here. Because that was our role. We chose to be the way shower. You all are choosing a different role. So it says, and this is, of course, someone's personal experience, that they said they had tried the green spider orchid fluorescence because they needed help with building inner boundaries in their close relationships, such as with their families, with their mothers, their fathers, maybe their spouses, lovers, even their children. Because the thing is, if we don't have good inner boundaries, then of course we're going to attract all the people to us that are going to be like, I'm not going to respect that because you don't respect your boundaries. So, hey, I'm going to point out all the way that you're not putting up healthy boundaries for yourself. So it says these people often feel obsessed to confess. These people feel obsessed to confess everything to those close ones, rationalizing this as truthfulness and sincerity. Every attempt to hide any personal information inside themselves is experienced by them as unbearable loneliness and isolation. So this is going to help create the yin yang, the counterbalance to what we're all, so many are feeling very lonely because we're in isolation. And isolation invokes fear. Even though it shouldn't, it actually should be an excitement because then you can just focus on you. If they do not share all their thoughts, feelings, experiences with the other people, they will report feelings as if that these feelings do not exist, or they have no reason or right to exist. So sometimes they become enmeshed with the other person who is, in its way, actually comes to control their life by approving or disapproving of what they are told. So there goes that, what I've spoken about many times during this live, of we feel like we can't trust ourselves, lack of self-worth, self-confidence, and how these things twist our mind and our thoughts. And so we're just kind of like, I can't disseminate what's truth, what's not. And that is going to be what's in the collective. So this is going to help balance it. So it says this, balances this. It will rapidly cleanse the unconscious terror in refusing to comply with conditions that result in the enmeshment on one hand. On the other hand, it deals with the feelings of emptiness and loneliness, which would be experienced if enmeshment were being restricted only by the power of the will. People become capable of building boundaries and not only tolerate, but also feel it is natural and comfortable to maintain an inner space for themselves only. And from this space to distinguish what needs or can be shared and what is strictly personal and should be kept secret. The ability is imperative for the individualization process, and green spider orchid flower essence provides itself invaluable in offering a solution to the very difficult problem. This right here, it's just amazing the support it's going to provide to the collective right now. And so when I say we, when we're installing it, I'm putting that broadcast out into the collective. And the souls that are ready to receive it, their souls will, and higher selves will intuitively allow it to be installed into their heart torus. But this is going to be something that's going to be very supportive to everyone moving forward. So let's get this installed. So assume the position, left palm up, right hand over your heart. We ask for, accept, align with, and hold this Anahata code with gratitude. We align with the green spider orchid flower essence. 144492836829. 144492836829. 144492836829. 144492836829. 144492836829. 144492836829. 144492836829. Left palm over your right. Breathe in those infinite, amazing opportunities that this life-changing essence is going to bring to help support you into transforming yourself through accepting unconditional love. It is so. All right. I'm going to share this one. Rebecca says, I'm bouncing off my seat with excitement right now. Yay! Jazz hands. I love that. Alrighty. So, moving on to our final asking. Let me get a drink of water. And one way I know things are really shifting in my own self, I start to feel very hot inside. Similar to women who are experiencing hot flashes, where it's just like, you just feel like it's raising that fire, that flame's raising inside of you. And you're just like, I'm hot from the inside out. Even though the air keeps coming on, I'm just like, so that it's a burning off. It's a clearing. So that's a very positive thing. Plus two, I'm feeling urals shifting. So it's a good thing. Yay! So our final asking, excuse me, things are clearing. If you're not new to me, I yawn, I belch, I try to contain it. I sneeze, I cough. Those are all ways that I'm clearing energy. So if you do that a lot, that may be what you're doing. Because being empathic, if I go out in certain situations, or sometimes I'm on like a live stream and you're in a class and there may be 15 other people. People are like, am I boring you? Are you tired? Why do you keep yawning? And it makes me cry. And I'm just like, no, if you only knew, I'm clearing so much shit for you all, even though I had said, I'm not here to clear, heal, transmute, process any of your own stuff. There will still be stuff I will feel. So that you might even notice that in your own life. All right, so the final asking. What is needed to assist with clearing, cleansing, and supporting our lungs at this time? And that came from the love-based emotions category. Let me pull it back up. So I want to read what she has at the top, because she has a love-based emotions and a fear-based emotion category. So she said, this is Holly Howell, the creator of the Anahata Codes. Emotions, both light and dense, are normal. When we suppress our emotions or when they are traumatic, they can become stuck in our energy bodies. Additionally, our thought patterns and mental processes form chemical responses to stimuli, which can become very damaging to our energy layers. The emotion assisting frequencies provides access to the right blend of frequencies to allow the specific vibration for which it is supporting to flow freely and unrestricted. Sort of like keeping that type of emotion oiled and flowing versus trapped and disruptive. So it's important to understand that it doesn't deliver that frequency or cause you to feel that emotion. Rather, it allows that emotion to flow healthily on its path. that which is not trapped in your energy field. Emotional release can be accomplished in a variety of ways. However, the emotion flow assisting frequencies go beyond release and provide support for new feelings in the future. So you are better equipped to process your emotions in a normal, flowing, and balanced way. So the love-based emotion that we got was vitality. Yay! So the definition of vitality is the state of being strong and active and having energy. Also, it says the power-giving continuance of life present in all living things. So when I read that, the power-giving continuance of life, it's the lungs. Remember I said that cyclical breathing. So when we breathe in and out, we're breathing life force energy into ourselves. And what does it do? It increases our vitality and our endurance and our energy. So I love that this is what arose to be the clearing, cleansing, and supporting for our lungs. Yes, because that is a very high frequency and vibration. So it's going to really, go in there, reverberate, and it may take some shaking. So you may, find yourself like coughing and feel like you need to, pound your chest, because you'll feel like maybe you've got a lot of phlegm or mucus, or like sometimes if you ever drink water and you get choked on your water and you're just like, you just can't ever clear your throat type thing, or you eat something and it's like it's hung in the back of your throat and you're just like, like I'm feeling it right now. Those are things that are going to rise up as this frequency goes in and raises the vibration. Any of those lower vibratory energies and frequencies, or non-beneficial energy and frequencies, are going to start to rise to the surface, and you'll need to expel them. Sometimes you may literally need to hack it up, and that's okay. Don't be alarmed. Now, if you start coughing up a lot of blood, go seek medical advice. But a lot of times people will just hack up, a lot of phlegm or mucus, or sometimes you'll notice it will pass then through your bowels. So you might have mucus in your stools, and sometimes you'll look cloudy in your urine, and that's a lot of lymph from your lymphatic system that's clearing and taking things out of your system. So the other thing it wanted me to share, so I love how this says, vitality gives me inspiration, drives me to be healthy, and keeps pushing me to exercise more and be vibrant, so that that you can really hone in on the vitality of the vibrant energy. So the other thing, before we get this code installed, it wanted me to share some foods that support your lungs, that help you to have that vitality and that healthy lungs. So these are just some things. Of course, they say water, because they said is essential for lungs. Dry lungs are prone to irritation. So if you notice you're in dry conditions, dusty, polluted, sandy type conditions, sometimes you'll be like, you just feel parched. You need to hydrate. So they go on to say fatty fish, apples, apricots, broccoli, poultry, walnuts, beans. So that includes kidney, pinto, black, and other beans. Berries, so they say the acai, the blueberries, cranberry. Well, it says acai and blueberry, they're saying, are the top 2 sources. But cranberries, grapes, and strawberries are also good for the lungs. So there's just many different things, and it goes on to say, other things you can do to improve your lungs is, of course, the breathing, exercising, because people with asthma and COPD and emphysema, they're losing the capacity. They don't have a lot of lung space. So anything we can do to increase the vitality of our lungs is going to be really beneficial for all of us moving forward. Okay. So let's get this code installed. All right. So assume the position. We ask for, accept, align with, and hold this Anahata code with gratitude. We align with the love-based emotion of vitality. 66728 34923. 66728 34923. 66728 34923. 66728 34923. 66728 34923. 66728 34923. 66728 34923. Left palm over your right, and let's breathe in a nice, healthy breath of vitality. It is so, and oh yeah. I love it. So, like I say, I will, once the live is done, I will pop into the comments the codes, because you can then write them down. These are my codes from the 21-day program I'm teaching, but you'll put on the top of your paper love and gratitude, and then you can write all your codes. So if you're only doing a small amount of codes, you want just a small piece of paper, because the idea is you want to place it on the bottom of your container of water so that it will infuse. You need to first charge the water. It's going to take about 8 to 10 hours for it to have the codes be installed into the water. And as long as you have one speck of water left in this and you add more, that water will be immediately charged. If you let it go dry, you're going to have to go through the whole charging process. So what I do is I have a big gallon jug container that I put my filtered water into. That's where I keep my codes. So it's always being installed within them, charged. But typically what I'll do is take tape and place it so that it's completely sealed, it's watertight, so that, if you need to wash your container, you can wash over that and it's not going to mess it up. And then just, you'll tape it too. But that's a good way to further support the frequencies as they install, because of course we're going to have things in the background that are going to try to create chatter to cancel. So that's why we typically always install the holding code for people. And being that I've offered several codes today, I want to make sure that you are able to receive these fully and not have any subconscious programs trying to close it down or cancel. So this one I will repeat 5 times, and then this will help with you to hold all your codes and be able to process them without any interference. So assume the position. We ask for, accept, align with, and hold this Anahata code with gratitude. We align with the holding assisting frequency. 297-3276, 297-3276, 297-3276, 297-3276, 297-3276. Left palm over your right. Breathe in that beautiful assistance of the holding code. It is so. All righty, guys. So I'll pop the numbers in, all the code sequences, and I'll also list the emotions that are related to the lungs and asthma. If y'all have any questions, please don't think any question is stupid. Pop them into the comments. I will get to them as I can. And I invite you once again to visit my website. There's many different pages, but you'll see one that just says Anahata Codes. There is that video, it's a YouTube video you can watch, that the creator Anahata Holly Howell explains the codes, and you can read about all the other services I offer as well. I've just been called very strongly right now to be offering the Anahata Codes publicly. I'm gifting them to people. So you remember what I said in the beginning, any kind of energy exchange helps this to further ripple it out. Share this with your community. Share it on your profile. Share links on other platforms. I will upload it to YouTube. So if it helps, I will post that link in the comments as well. And that may be easier for anyone who's not on Facebook that you can share this with. Oh, here's Buddha. He's come to grace his presence with you all, honey. He's been very stressed out with all that's going on right now. So, and I will also pop in my donation link if anyone feels called to share in kind and share love offering. So until next time, allow the essence and energy and love of the unconditional love that Buddha represents, and allow it to be mirrored back to you. Allow yourself to receive this unconditional love that's been gifted and blessed to you. Breathe in that awareness and that being accepting, to allow yourself to the openness, new perspective, so that the vitality can rise once more. All right. So much love to you all. I love doing these. It brings me so much joy. I love sharing my knowledge because I am popping up the seams with stuff I would want to share. So if you know someone that would really appreciate hearing what I have to share, send them my way. So my Sarah Otis Alchemy is my Facebook profile. I'm trying to keep it as more business, where I have also just a Sarah Otis profile that I'm trying to keep more personal. So guys, send them my way. You can send them to my business page, which is just Sarah Otis and Healing Hands Holistic Therapies. So create an infinite ripple, because that ripple will continue to go infinitely in so many directions that you may have never even fathomed when you chose to create that one infinite ripple in the ultimate cosmos of the universe. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for showing up for you and allowing yourself to receive these beautiful blessings that are coming through right now, because this is truly an exciting time, even if right now it feels like it's not. It feels like the end times to so many. Just breathe. Breathe in the support and know that you are truly loved, you're supported, and you're being guided back to you. All right, guys, I love you all so much. Take care. Bye-bye.